turkey. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It's turkey season and it's a beautiful afternoon. Well, not really an afternoon. I guess it is afternoon, almost. It's midday, almost 12 o'clock. Really good time to get out into the turkey woods and try to shoot a midday turkey. These birds are getting a lot of the hens bred, and what that means is typically those hens will leave those birds midday to go set on their nest, go set on their eggs. So a lot of times when those hens leave those gobblers will just start hammering, just start going nuts. So game plan, you're gonna spend a couple hours property hopping, go to each property set 30, 40 minutes, see if you hear one gobble. If you get one to gobble, go after him, and see if we can make it happen. I am gonna swap up midday, and I'm gonna use this new 20 gauge that I've got right here, guys, a TriStar. It used to be solid black, and I got this gun dipped. Dips by Design out of Shelby, North Carolina did this gun for me. Awesome looking little gun, really lightweight, a little bit longer barrel on it than what I'm used to having, obviously from that Stoeger, but really lightweight. I've never killed a turkey with a 20 gauge. Got the Vortex red dot on there. So we're gonna see if we can shoot one in the face. We're gonna tote this little sucker around this for this midday hunt and see if we get lucky, guys. Let's keep those fingers crossed. Walk up here on top of this hill and see if we get one fired up. Well, up here on top of this hill, guys, there's a big knob right up here behind me. You can see it right there, and it kind of falls off in a bunch of different directions, but basically just a bunch of mountains and hilltops right through here. And I mean, it can be right there's a turkey. figured those birds had to be jakes with the amount of movement I got away with. I had just sat down and was talking to you guys. Like I said, all I had done was go up on top of this little knob, yelp 2 or 3 times, didn't hear a gobble, and decided I was going to come back over here on this little shady area. I've killed a bird on this hill before, and it goes down and then back up onto a bunch of faces of mountains, so it's a good place to call. And as soon as I got sat down and started talking to you guys, I heard what I thought was a squirrel. But all I see was a big bright red head. I mean, heck, he wasn't 30 yards from me. I had my gun sitting straight up vertical, red dot wasn't on. I was like, what the heck? There was 2 birds. I think they were both jakes. I'm about positive. That one, he hung around. Got putting. I mean, I could have shot him 9, 10 different times, but it crossed my mind because I've never killed a turkey with my new 20 gauge, so I was like, man, that's a little tempting right there, but I'll just try not to shoot any jakes if we can help it. I want to hang out right here for a little bit though, because more than likely those jakes are not going to be too far away from where the longbeards and the hens are hanging out. We may get lucky. Lucky enough to maybe get a longbeard to strike up here in a little bit. We still got another property to go to. But there's definitely more land at this place to move around on and stuff, so we'll give it just a little bit longer here and we'll maybe try to move on somewhere. What's going on, guys? It's the next day. Had them jakes come in on us the other, yesterday afternoon, midday. Early afternoon right now, 4 or 5 o'clock. We're gonna go over here to this property. We've not hunted it at all this year, but this place has had turkeys on it in the past. We're really just trying to target properties, potentially areas that have seen less pressure than some of the other places we got. So that's all we can do. We're gonna cross this creek, go up on top of this hill, just try to property jump. We mainly right now we're just gonna try to find a bird that's gobbling. If we can find a bird that's gobbling, then that's what we're gonna try to find. So, all right, guys, that first pot was an absolute flop. Walked all the way in there, yelped a couple times. Never did hear a bird, so we're fast playing it. We're gonna go over here to this spot here where we got a pretty dang good idea where some turkeys are at. If it don't happen here, who knows? We may hang it up. It's hot. I'll go down here and give it a little while, see if we can just get one fired up. The wind's blowing pretty hard and it's real hot, so we're thinking getting downhill and next to a creek might be where some of these birds are wanting to hang out. So let's go see if we can get one fired up. Good morning. morning, guys. Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It's turkey season, and as you can tell, I'm running a little late. We're over here hunting at one of my good buddies' place. He's been seeing a turkey gobbling and walking around on his property for the past week or so. We were supposed to go hunting this morning, but he was not feeling all that great, so he gave me the green light to go ahead and roll over here and see if we get this turkey killed. So I'm not going to talk a whole lot. We're going to go get in this ground blind, and I got to scurry on because it's getting daylight. Alright, guys, I don't know how good you can see me. It just got set up. It's about 10 minutes after 6. I hope we didn't booger him up. I don't know where this bird's roosted at. But the ground blind was flipped pretty much upside down when I got here. So I had to drag it back up in the spot, into place. But I did it without making too much noise, and plus I got pretty good cover right here where I'm at, so I still haven't heard a bird gobble yet, which is either a really good thing or a really bad thing. I'm hoping they don't get started gobbling until maybe in the next 30 minutes or so. But we're in a good spot. We got a lot of property to work with today. We can move on these birds. Well, guys, these birds have shut up. I've not heard anything in probably an hour. That right there may not be good. What's going on, guys? Didn't hear anything at all. Heard that gunshot. Pretty dang close. So we bailed on that property, long story short. So I'm over here on a big tract of property that we know there's birds at. Dad's been chasing one bird in particular, pretty much at the back of this property. So I think I'm gonna just take my time walking this roadbed. And just do some soft calling as I'm walking. Make it sound like a hen gaining ground, going to or from someplace just to see if I can get one to fire up. It's right at 9 o'clock. So we've got probably an hour before they're really gonna want to start gobbling, hot and heavy. I've got this property and one more close by that I can hit. And tomorrow, if we don't get it done today, tomorrow we'll probably bounce back to the opposite side of the county. Well, guys, talk about a tough day. I teamed up. I got Dad and John with me now. We're going to a place that we caught a bird in here last year, shot and missed him. And we had a bird come in here early or in the afternoon, a couple afternoons ago with Dad. Couldn't get him killed, so we're gonna try him over here midday. See if we get lucky right here. We just need a bird to strike. See if we can get him to gobble. Alright guys, we got some birds to gobble. We don't know what they are though. We don't know if they're jakes or if they're longbeards. It sounded like two birds, but we don't. There's a bunch of jakes just hanging out over here, but there's also two longbeards. So we don't know what the deal is. Dad is going down the ridge. We'll drop John off midway, and then I'm gonna go on up and cut in and get high on them. So pretty much any way that they come on this ridge, we should be able to get them covered if they come in. All right, guys. We gotta try to beat this wind. The wind's supposed to pick up a little bit after 12. It's about 10, it's 11 o'clock. So you can already hear this wind trying to pick up a little bit. I set down the 12 gauge, broke out the old 20 gauge out of the back of the truck. I'm gonna see if that'll bring us some luck. Like I said, we got this real tall ridge that wraps around. Dad's down at the bottom of it. John is midway up. And I'm pretty much all the way up at the top. So no matter where these turkeys go, if they decide to come in, somebody should be able to get a shot at them. So. We don't know if it's a bunch of jakes or what it is. My guess is it was a bunch of jakes, but this longbeard has been hanging out with these jakes. So we just gotta see if we get lucky. That's all we can do. Alright guys, Dad just called. This wind's blowing kind of hard on the ridge below us. Dad just had a turkey gobble back at him. Said that the turkey's coming this way, so probably 250 yards away from us, maybe 3. I'm gonna go out the end of this ridge and drop down, because I definitely have the high ground on him, and see if I can get this bird to come up. Maybe come up past Dad and John, but also cover their backside. And then Dad said there was only one bird, so that's a good sign. I don't want to go too far off this hill. Definitely get a lot closer. I just moved over here on the edge of this ridge. This should be a pretty good spot. I got a cedar tree digging into my back though. I got a nice little brought my gun up against, which is nice. I can see a long ways. Down in there. Filming's gonna be a little difficult because the camera's off to my side, but I got pretty good cover. Shoot me in the face. That sums up our turkey season right there.